Today we're talking about the new Netflix comedy series that quite possibly has the longest title I have ever seen. Today we're going to talk about The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window. That's the actual title. Let's talk about it. Watching the world go by from her living room window, heartbroken Anna sets her sights on a handsome new neighbor until she witnesses a gruesome murder. Welcome back, movie watchers. Thank you guys for stopping by my channel. Today we're going to talk about that super long title that I had to do several takes because I just kept butchering it. But this series stars Kristen Bell and is a spoof. And this is a spoof of several movies, very similar to the movie that came out last year with Amy Adams, The Woman in the Window. This is a spoof that's done right. Very subtle with its jokes. At times, it's just straight in your face with the jokes. But what I found interesting about the series, as the series went on, I became more invested in the story. And I felt like the jokes were still there, but I was more involved with the murder mystery part behind it all. But this is an absolutely hilarious series. What makes spoof movies and shows work so well is the ongoing jokes and the subtle moments. You have those spoof movies like epic movie and superhero movie that are just straight, constantly giving you jokes rather than actually telling a story. But then you have other spoof movies like Airplane and Scary Movie that kind of balance both. You have a story and the jokes that constantly are coming. And that's what this series does so well, is that yes, the jokes are there. They're absolutely ridiculous. They're funny as can be, but it's also telling a story. It has beginning, middle, and end. There's character development. There's questions. There's answers to those questions. You get a lot within here, but the jokes just consistently keep on coming, and they're ongoing too. So there's a lot of ongoing jokes, like the man who's building her mailbox. He's always building her mailbox, and we learned that he's been building her mailbox for years. Ongoing jokes about making casseroles and her drinking and the rain. There's just so much going on within here, but sometimes there's very subtle moments to where you have to see certain things that aren't just right in your face. And that's what's funny about it, is that you can go back and rewind and see certain things that you might have missed when watching it for the first time. I watched it a couple times through already, and there were several jokes that I did miss. They're funny when I watched the series all over again. But at its core, it's a murder mystery. Anna lives alone, and the guy who lives across the street has a young daughter and a girlfriend, and she drinks so much wine but mixes it with her medicine to the point where she doesn't even know what is real or not. And that's kind of what they're doing in the series, is they're playing with that to the point where we don't even know what's real or not. The man's girlfriend across the street was murdered, and we believe Anna that someone had killed her, but then we also start to think that maybe it was Anna because she has been drinking, and everything seems to be a blur to her. So it does have that murder mystery aspect to it that I found to be very intriguing, because I wanted to know what happened. I wanted to know who the killer was. And so not only does the show catch you with those jokes, but also hooks you in with that murder mystery and really never lets go. Everybody in here is really funny, even if it's subtle jokes or just straight up comedy. But Kristen Bell is perfect in here. She is such a fabulous actress. I love her voicing Anna in the Frozen movies. But she is so hilarious in here. She perfectly balances the humor and the dramatic sequences within this series to the point where you kind of start to care for this character. That's what she does so well. She makes this character very likable. But she feels that she's not getting anywhere with this murder mystery, and no one's really helping her out, so she takes matters into her own hand, which there's jokes centered around that. And so she starts to investigate this young woman that had died, and the boyfriend, and her daughter as well, and it just really spirals out of control. There's a lot of investigation, a lot of jokes to those moments, but she is going down this rabbit hole that she's not sure that she wants to venture down. And then we get to the point where everything's revealed, and I actually found it quite surprising. I was so invested in the series that I really, honestly did not see the end coming. It really caught me by surprise. And that's the humor in it, is that when you get this surprise at the end, you're like, I never would have thought that. And it's absolutely hilarious. The woman in the house across the street from the girl in the window is absolutely funny. I really enjoyed the jokes, the spoof moments to it, and the murder mystery as well. Just kind of blend it together to be just a really creative series. As the series went on, I was more invested in the story rather than the jokes. I mean, I constantly laughed at the jokes. There were some that I just really busted up laughing. There are some that are just really subtle and just didn't work. But overall, it's really hilarious with an actual story developing throughout. And that's where I think some spoofs fail, is that they rather just focus on the spoof moments rather than actually telling a story. So this succeeded in both telling the story and having jokes that are very memorable. So I recommend checking this series out. 8 episodes, about like 25-30 minutes long. But it's something that you're just going to go all into right away. It's funny, subtle at times. At times it's in your face, but the acting's great. The murder mystery is there. You're invested in it. It's intriguing. You're just really on board with what they are offering. You really need to check it out. So before I give you my score for this new comedy series, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, ranking videos, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. I'm gonna go ahead and give the new comedy series an A-. Thank you guys for checking my review for the new series on Netflix. You heard the title, you don't need to hear it again. Have you guys seen it by chance? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.